Alright, so I made a little bit of a mistake here. I forgot to turn on my mic. So a lot of times when I get up and go to the bathroom, I'll turn my mic off instinctively, even though like there's no one on the other end really hearing me. Um, and then usually after I'm done going to the bathroom or doing whatever, I will turn a mic back on, or at least do a mic check to see if my mic's on. And for whatever reason today, I just completely forgot. So all the videos that I saved are pretty much, I'm just deleting them because I feel like without explanation and my voiceovers, it's just kind of pointless. It needs context sometimes, in my opinion. It just takes away from the video at this point. The only exception is this game. I more or less get harassed at the end here by E-Girl, and yeah, if you watch the video, you can, like, in my opinion, I didn't do anything wrong. She gets pissed off at me because I quote-unquote tunnel her, but the problem there is I don't really tunnel her until there's two people left. She's fully healed, she has DS, so, I would say that you could hear me saying the words, but you won't because my mic wasn't on. But when she hopped into the locker at full health, I specifically said, well, I'll take the trade. I know you have DS. And so I searched the locker, pull her out, knowing I'm more than likely going to get DS'd, and she DS's me. But the thing is she hopped into a locker at full health, hits DS, and is now getting away from me, sure, but she's in injured state. So me pulling her out of the locker was a strategy choice. It was strategic because she now has a health state lost. Whereas if I had hit her and then she hopped into the locker and hit me with DS, she would have still been injured, but she would have wasted way more time otherwise. Also, earlier in the game, they body blocked the shit out of me, and there was literally no one dead on hook at that point. Like, body blocking is part of the game, sure, but so is tunneling. So for someone to get mad at me for tunneling them when they're already at full health, only to be body blocking me earlier when no one was dead on hook, just kind of seems like a bit of a contradiction, in my opinion. Also, I kind of went with a different loadout this game. I didn't get to go over it in that video, and, well, it wouldn't have mattered anyways because I didn't have my mic on. But we're running Thrill of the Hunt. This is going to make it so that they cleanse and bless totems a lot slower, so it'll allow me to get, hopefully, and it really doesn't work that well this game because they don't really mess around with totems all that much, spoiler alert, but the idea is so that I can get Hex Undying working so that I can see their auras when they're at dull totems, when they're blessing a dull totem. When they're on a Hex totem, I get a noise proc letting me know that they're on the totem. The one totem that they did cleanse this game, I don't recall hearing the noise proc. I'm sure the noise proc happened, but I was in the middle of a chase and was preoccupied, and at this point I was already winning, so I didn't really care if my totems went down. So there's that. Then the other two perks were part of my build to begin with. It's just barbecue and chili so that I can see auras. And then Pop Goes the Weasel so that I can regress gens. I don't remember if I get one kill before they even get a single gen done, but it goes on a pretty decent amount of time before they even get a single gen done. And then I think in total they only get 2 gens. So they weren't really playing that well. They weren't playing very efficient. They were just screwing around, essentially. She did then try to get me banned from PlayStation Network because I used the word dick, and all I really said, to put into context, I told her that if I wanted to be a dick, she would have never even gotten full healed to begin with, and I would have just tunneled her or camped her to begin with. I never specifically said in the messages that that I could have just camped, but there were two people on the map, and when I hook her, I don't get any auras from the remaining Fang that's left. So there's either one of two things that happen there. Either the Fang is within the 40 meters of my barbecue, or she's hiding in a locker. So I would have had all the more reason to just camp the Meg, and instead I go to the opposite side of the map and kind of like start patrolling gens. So I don't know why she's so salty here, but she got mad, messaged me about tunneling. She personally messaged me first, then she added me to a group and wanted to continue the argument there. I guess so she could get more people to pile in and harass me and neg me for whatever reason. I'm not a fan of this. I think it's an underhanded tactic. I should have just left the group to begin with. I should have just blocked her immediately. I eventually blocked her after the fact, but not after I said the word dick, and apparently that got me reported, and I have a strike against me now, but I really don't give a shit. If you're gonna harass someone like that, reporting is such an underhanded tactic, especially when it's as innocent of a word as the word dick. I could have used the word jerk, and I wouldn't have gotten reported, but whatever. It is what it is. I don't really care. It's probably been over a year since I've had any kind of mark against me, so I'm probably far from getting banned. I've disabled messages now at this point. No one's going to be able to send me a message unless you're a friend. If you friend request me sending me hate, I'm just going to delete it and ignore it. Okay, we're going to try a little voiceover work, just to add some context to what's going on here. So, basically, I'm going to start off by looking around the map. I'm looking for auras, just to see if Hex Undying is giving me information. And then I run into my first person here, which is the Meg, which is the person that is actually going to be giving us grief later on. And as you can see, they're now camping pallets. I'm pretty sure they do this throughout the game. I switch targets because it's just no point in me going after her. I'm really patient in this game, especially with this chase. She loops me quite a bit, and I kind of allow them to waste my time. But as you can see, and we'll eventually see, they don't really get any gens as a result of this. So this is kind of a misplay on my part. I probably should have abandoned this chase. Oh, and then she does this, so I think I get a hit here? Yeah, I get a free hit. She doesn't burn the pallet, and then I believe she continues looping the exact same way. But I take out this wall. I'm pretty sure that window was entity blocked there too. I'm just now seeing that. I didn't notice that while the game was happening. And she's kind of running off into a dead zone. She could have looped that pallet, which would have been the smarter play. The Bill here sandbags her, which I didn't necessarily agree with, but I'm going to take the hit no matter what. And this Bill later does some weird stuff too. He more or less gives up as far as I can remember. I saw the scratch marks on the ground. I thought maybe someone came over here, but couldn't really find anyone. Then run back into the mag. That was just an instinctive swing. It was a silly swing. I shouldn't have done that. I forget what she does here. Well, then Bill runs right in front of me, so I smack him up. I already know immediately he's going for an unhook, so I just go and take the trade. It's a free hook for me. So the Meg, I think, gets away and actually gets healed here. Yep, there goes the health state. Barbecue and Chili gives me my next target. I saw them over close to my Hex, so I kind of want to defend that a little bit. Later on, you'll see that I don't really care, and you can also see that the Bill just put himself into second state on purpose. These guys really like to camp the pallets. They don't like try looping. They just throw down the pallets like immediately without any regard. There they go again, just wasting pallet. And they also linger in this building for a long time. Like, I don't know what they were doing there, but it actually gave me an opportunity to gain distance on them the way that they did that. And then I get a free hit on them because of the vault at the window. Pretty sure they run up to this loop and immediately waste a pallet also. Yeah, I wasn't even close to them and they already wasted that pallet. Then I catch them healing at the pallet that they just wasted and gives me a free hit. And you'll see this kind of plays from them quite a lot in this game. Like, they don't really play very well. They make a lot of mistakes. They camp a lot of pallets. It does waste your time a little bit, but in my opinion, and they immediately unhook, so I double back to the hook just to see if I can get a hit on whoever unhooked. Run into my dream snare. There's the culprit. So now I have another chase. But onto my point that I was getting at. In my opinion, if you have a full health state and you're burning pallets without getting hit, it's kind of silly to me to be wasting pallets. Now that pallet throw makes sense, and this is some of the tomfoolery I was actually referring to. There's a lot of body blocking going on right now. There's some more camping of the pallets. Like, they don't really try to loop at all in this game. I think the one person that looped me was the TTV or whatever, the Fang. The Fang was literally the only person that loops me this game. You'll actually see more of that later on as well. It seems like they're the only one that has any kind of knowledge on looping and how to loop. So we get the down here. I'm pretty sure this is where all the bullshit body blocking comes into play. Yep, there's Meg. And you can also see that they're gesturing and emoting at me too, on top of everything else. Which is, in my opinion, is BM. Like, you don't do that to the killer. And they're body blocking. I get a free hit on her, but I'm still they're gonna wiggle. There's, at least 2 people other than the person I'm carrying? Maybe even 3? I don't know where the Bill is at this point. I thought I saw the Bill off to the right when she wiggled, but I don't know. They're still body blocking their asses off. And keep in mind, no one here is dead on hook at this point. Oh, no, Bill's here. Bill just wants to die at this point, I think. I think Bill's over it. Because they have absolutely, as you can see, they have 0 gens done right now. I missed the swing on the Fang. It was an early swing, so I figured Bill has Unbreakable. So I just go here to pick him up and get him on the hook. Actually, my mistake. So Bill is dead on hook because he put himself in that state, not me. This was only his second hook, but that's because he tried getting off the hook. So, to correct myself, Bill was the only person dead on hook, and Bill was not the person that I was carrying. So, there was no reason for them to body block the person that I was carrying, because they weren't even dead on hook. Here comes more pallet camping from the Meg. Looks like we have 1 person dead, and of the 3 people that are still left, there's 2 of them that are injured. One of them just woke up pulled themselves out of dream state. Another burnt pallet. I wish I had my mic on, because I actually mentioned at some point that there's only 1 pallet left in the game. My map awareness is actually pretty good in this game. She falls kind of awkwardly there, but I managed to get her. I'm not sure what happens here. I don't get any auras. No, I saw an aura there. And this is like literally the first time I get value out of my pop for the entire game. I remember thinking here that someone was camping that pallet, but they didn't. You can see that there's another pallet there. Some of these pallets aren't going to be around for very much longer. I'm looking for the Meg, but I take that chase. And then I go after the Meg? I'm pretty sure I don't find her here, because she's dead on hook at this point, if I'm not mistaken. This is more camping of the pallets. I don't know what happens here, because I'm fairly certain she's dead on hook. I'd probably end up running into someone else. There's the first gen that pops, and we're, what, almost 16 minutes into this. My headset's yelling at me because I'm apparently idle. So she makes this pallet, I just break it. I think this is where she loses me. No, I just break chase, because I already know what's happening. I know someone's back on this gen. And I was right, the Fang was on it, and so was the other Michaela. So I just break chase. And you can also see that the Meg is already fully healed, so she had healing progress. So it was smart of me to break chase there. I needed to defend the gens. I probably shouldn't have took that chase to begin with. I should have stayed on the Michaela in the first place, but it is what it is. I get a really long lunge there. That was... I'm pretty sure while the game was going on, I said that was a questionable hit. And even watching it on playback now, I completely agree. That was extremely questionable. Is she dead now? No, second state. Going right back to the same gen that I was just teleported to. I want to keep this gen down. I'm pretty sure they eventually get this. I'm just following scratch marks at this point. Fang's running to Shack, but what she fails to realize is they already wasted the pallets here. And it's going to be, I think, this pass. Oh no, because of my slow, I think she gets one more loop out of it. And she's awake, so my dream snares aren't doing anything. At this point, I'm kind of just setting up dream snares in hopes that they fall asleep, or they go into the dream world, so that I can get value out of them. I'm not sure what happens here. I think she faked the vault, or there was some sort of latency. I'm not sure what that was, but she pretty much gave me a free hit there. And then the other two, I'm pretty sure just off to my right. So I'm going to end up getting in another chase fairly early, if I'm not mistaken. They already unhooked the Fang. Kind of just setting up a perimeter here. I'm pretty sure I just saw someone run there. I didn't even see that person standing to the left. It's almost like a blink and you miss it kind of thing. I want to say that was Michaela. I'm back on the Fang. I had no idea that I was even tunneling the Fang here. They're at full health, so as far as I'm concerned, it's fair game. I'm pretty much doing the same strategy here as I did at Shack. I'm setting up the dream snares in hopes that they go into Dream World, but I don't even think that happens until I think she burns. I even say this. She's gonna burn the pallet before she goes into Dream World, and then sure enough, she burns the pallet. And this is someone that's at full health. You know, I just don't feel like there's a need to be wasting pallets, unless you're injured. But that's just my opinion. If they actually played more efficiently, they probably would have got a win here. Now, the Mikaela, I'm pretty sure, is running into a dead zone, or if not a dead zone, close to it. Like, there's only so many pallets left on this map right now. I want to say there's, like, maybe 2 or 3. And where she's running right now, they already wasted all the pallets. There might also have been someone else in this building. It looked like there was a second set of scratch marks leading up to the steps, which I believe was the Meg. I waited to swing here because I wasn't entirely sure if this was the area that had the pallet, and I didn't want to swing and get stunned anyways. And I also didn't want to pre-swing and miss anyways. So I contemplate teleporting to the gen in the main building, but I specifically want this one on the ground because that gen up top is a lot safer. And then I use the pop on that gen and then pressure the gen in the building because I know there's someone on this gen, and I'm pretty sure it's our Meg. I don't bother kicking it because if I get it down, I heard her footsteps and just preemptively swung. If I get her down here, I can just teleport to that gen and pop it if I need to. I whiff that, but she gives me the free hit anyways, because I guess she tries to do like a lazy 360. She's in Dream World now, so I can just set up the snares. She almost gave me a free hit there, and then I managed to down her anyways. There's the second gen of the game, and we're, what, about 22 minutes in? So this game's gone by quite a long time, too, on top of everything. So this is where things start to get salty for our friend here. So I hook her, and I'm going over to the gen that I've been pressuring for a bit, because I'm pretty sure they touch it. And I notice that there's no progress on it. It's completely regressed, if I'm not mistaken. And she's unhooked. At this time, I'm on the other side of the map, almost. And I still dream projection up to the gen in the main building. So she has all the time in the world to get this heal off. She's still injured. I'm right near the hook that she was just hooked at. Boom. Okay, she's now fully healed. And I see her. So now she's running. She's crouched. I'm not sure if she knew that I saw her, but now she jumps into this locker, and I immediately know she has DS, but she was at full health. I grab her, get hit with the DS, and now she's injured. And now I'm going to engage her in chase, because there's no reason for me not to. At first I thought she jumped out that window. She was somehow in Dream World, but that snare didn't trigger, which I was a little annoyed by. I don't know how she managed to get by that, but it's whatever. Now she's just desperately trying to avoid dream snares, and she gives me a free hit from the locker anyways. And now she's dead. And this is 24 minutes into the game. Like, come on. Like, why you gotta be mad about that? So now I'm just going to set up, put down dream snares at gates, just for information. so I know where the Feng is. Feng is in Dreamworld, so if she goes to the gate to try to open it, the snare will immediately let me know that she's there because she's going to scream. I try to put myself in between the two gates, but as you'll see, she triggers the snare almost immediately. Yeah, I no sooner get in position until she triggers it. I don't see her here, or at least I thought I saw her, and I can't quite figure out where she is here, so I just go back to the same strategy. I also decide to break this pallet because apparently it's still somehow up. At this point, there is now only one pallet on the map, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and it's this pallet right here, coincidentally enough. So now I'm just pretty much doing the same thing. She triggers the trap again. At this point, she should know that she's not getting out. In fact, I don't even bother resetting the trap because I have eyes on her. All I need to do is just keep her in chase and keep her busy long enough for endgame collapse to basically just do the rest of the work for me. I already know here that I don't need to hit her or even down her. It's pretty much a win for me. So I don't really, at this point, I don't even really care if I get the hits. It's just pretty much game over at this point for her. Scratch marks kind of mislead me. I don't know how she got that vault off. I think it was like a medium vault or even a fast vault. But she managed it. So there's that. The dream snares are supposed to slow you down to the point where you don't actually, you're not able to do that, but yeah. Either way, endgame collapse happens and she dies. And then I get hit with the messages. I don't know if I can actually see the perks or not. It looks like there's a dead hard. I don't even recall a dead hard. E-Girl had the D-Strike, Self-Care, Borrowed Time, Iron Will. Looks like a Bond, Borrowed Time. I don't know what that one perk is. And Self-Care. There's more Self-Care, Iron Will, Spine Chill, Windows of Opportunity. I think that was the bill. There's no Unbreakables here, so yeah, I thought the bill had Unbreakable. But that'll do it.